morning. Welcome to the Asian Studies News channel. My name is Sonia Duval-Arnold, and I'll be your anchor for today's news. The story we're looking at today pertains to the rising tensions between three major countries, China, America, and India. This story comes from the news source The Times India, written by Chidanand Rajgada, whose primary focus as a writer is on U.S. foreign relations. The article, titled Citing Chinese Action on LAC, U.S. Seeks to Draw India Closer, details the growing partnership between India and the U.S. as a result of conflict between India and China along the line of actual control. For those who are unfamiliar, the LAC, or the line of actual control, refers to the border between India and China. There has never been an official negotiation about the actual border. Instead, in 1962, at the end of the Sino-Indian War, China and India called a truce, resulting in a notional border agreement. The countries have always had somewhat of a strained relationship, with the most recent fatal conflict occurring in 2020 that unfortunately resulted in the death of 20 Indian soldiers. In response to China's growing aggression across the region, as seen in the South China Sea and Taiwan, the U.S. has strengthened its ties to both India and Australia and supports India's rise to regional leadership, suggesting it would support India if conflicts at the LAC increase. The White House released a statement and noted that we recognize that India is a like-minded partner. Recently in class, we focused on the UN SDG number 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure. We covered how Goal 9 is and should be primarily used to develop a nation. Yet it's interesting to note that one of the tools in both India and China have used to assert themselves is infrastructure, effectively weaponizing innovation to secure themselves as a powerful force along their border. Both countries have built roads, airstrips, and implement frequent border controls along the LAC. Rarely focuses on Goal 17, Partnership for the Goals. You could argue that this subject is minor compared to the ongoing affairs of our world, due to the fact that there have been no consequences. But in the court of public relations, quelling tension still remains instrumental in order to promote strong partnership for the goals. Paying close attention to political tensions is key in order to regulate the actions of our governments, especially those governments that have access to nuclear weapons. Hopefully, India and America's increased talks and collaborations is an effort to secure some of the SDGs, but the growing divide between India and China doesn't bode well for securing Goal 17. This collaboration comes at a critical time, not only for India, but for the U.S. as well, due to rising tensions amid the Russia and Ukraine dispute. Unsurprisingly, many Indian and Chinese citizens took to social media to express their anger and suspicion over the LAC conflicts, a good deal of which manifested in the form of tweets, none of which I can show you for fear of this video being taken down, though at least the current president hasn't engaged in a Twitter meltdown. Back to a more serious note, it's in everyone's best interest to cooperate, and perhaps in time, governments will follow. For everyday citizens, our responsibility remains to foster constructive conversation between foreign parties, treat each other with respect, and remain aware of the current global relations. The GSD Student Summit was a good example of how perspectives can grow through partnered conversations. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for tuning in to the Asian Studies News channel. This is Sonia signing off.